Alright, y'all, so I was looking at my legend stats, the progress that I've made so far on my grind toward legend on NBA 2K23. And man, oh man, when I tell you, I found out some interesting information and started doing the math. We finna get into all the details. Drop a like and drop a sub if you can. And by the way, if you guys are looking for players to run with on NBA 2K23, come on out and join our Discord. We'd love to have you. Well over 24,000 members, 24,000 players for you guys to run with. The link for Discord will be in the description below. One of the more difficult objectives on the legend grind for NBA 2K23 is scoring the 100,000 points. You guys see on screen how much points I've scored so far. 3,789 points scored so far in this first season of 2K23. So I said, what does that look like in regards to like the end goal? At this rate, would I be able to hit legend or hit the 100,000 point objective for the legend grind? So I tallied up the numbers and multiplied 3,789 times 12 to make up the entire NBA 2K23 annual cycle. And I found out that at this rate, I would not even make it halfway toward the goal for this objective, the 100,000 points objective for the legend grind. So I said, hold on a second. I'm out here playing a few hours a day, at least 3 hours, something like that per day. And I think all you guys could agree, that's a huge investment so far. So I multiplied the 3 hours a day times 365, and I found out that at this rate, it will come to 1,095 hours. Over 1,000 hours, and I still wouldn't even meet this particular objective for the legend grind on 2K23. But we not stopping there, because one thing about math is that math is constant and consistent. I dug a little deeper and said, well, how much points am I scoring per day at this rate? The game has been out, say about 38 days, something like that. So I divided my total number of points scored so far by the number of days that 2K23 has been released, and I found out that I score roughly about 100 points per day. And we're not talking about a 24-hour day playing 2K. You know, homie's got to take a shower out there. I know a lot of you guys don't like taking showers just to play 2K, but your homie got to stay fresh and clean. Plus, I got to eat. I got to take the dog out. I got things to do. Now, to a lot of you players out there, you may feel like, well, 100 points a day ain't too taxing. So we keep going with the math. And that brings me to this graphic that I created in the background here, 100 points per day. In order to accomplish the 100,000 point goal for one of the objectives on legend for 2K23, you guys would have to play 1,000 days. That's 100,000 divided by 100 points comes to 1,000 days. Considering that you guys play very similar to me, roughly about 3 hours per day, 1,000 days at 3 hours a day comes to about 3 years, 2.73 years to be exact, in order to complete this one objective out of the 4 objectives needed for you guys to reach legend on NBA 2K23. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that just sounds scary to me. To help give you guys some context and help put this in perspective, Steph Curry scored like 2,000 points last season. And if you guys want to hit legend on 2K23, or at the very least complete this 100,000 point objective for the legend grind, then you would have to triple these numbers, meaning you would have to score about 300 points per day. And considering all the advancements in gameplay for 2K23, making it a more team-oriented type of game, everything else about the game makes sense except this particular objective. 2K creates a game that's team-oriented. 2K creates a game that helps to get your teammates involved, but then give you a legend objective that's solely based on one player and the amount of points that they score. When there's so many other aspects to basketball, considering spacing, considering pacing, considering assists, blocks, rebounds, so many other factors to consider on what it takes to be a legend in basketball, but 2K decided that points scored will be the main criteria for you guys becoming a legend on 2K23. Do you guys think it's all worth it? Is it an easy task for you guys? I'm sure a lot of you guys who take showers once a week, but you smelly cat, smelly chair type of dudes, this will all be a piece of cake. Nah, but honestly, I personally don't think it's worth it, but I commend anyone who's grinding to legend and meeting these requirements. I've had the opportunity to experience what it's like to be a legend, and we're not talking about in the bootleg legend grind like we had in 2K22. We're talking about that very serious grind from previous versions of 2K, and it's really a fulfilling feeling, making legend, getting bragging rights. I personally feel like I'm past that point and cannot invest so much of my life into the game, but I'm definitely not knocking those players who still see the worth in grinding to legend. I made this video just to help bring awareness of what you're getting yourself into when you are grinding for legend. Try to always keep in mind that 2K will always be here and good health should always remain a top priority. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep it locked right here at AllCity Live TV for more NBA 2K23 news, information, and updates. Drop a like, drop a sub on your way out. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Easy, y'all.